you've never been here before, welcome. Today we are introducing Marshmallow, which is absolutely adorable. It's a little dragon, and it's so poofy, and I love it. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is because I can never come up with good birthday presents for people, so most of the time I'm just like, give me a pattern, I'll make it at some point. So, these people's birthdays have already passed a long time ago. Like, usually at least a month or two when I finally get around to making them, but I still make them at some point. Don't worry, they know in advance that it's never going to come on time. That never happens. It's a miracle if it ever does. But we're making some birthday bracelets for people today, so I hope you all enjoy. This first bracelet that I made was actually started with the intention that it was gonna get to the person on time by their birthday. Yeah, it didn't end up like that, because I started it and I'm like, yeah, I can do this, and then I kind of just set it down and left it, and then never went back to it until like a month later, and then I'm like, yeah, we should definitely finish this. So this bracelet pattern was chosen by a friend of the person who I gave it to, because I wanted to make sure that I would get a design that they liked. Normally I just kind of like ask them what color scheme they might like or what design they might like. It's like, do you want it to be swirly, or do you want it to be more simplistic, and then what colors might you want with it, to just get that like sort of feel of, I think I can figure it out. But this one I actually did have some outside help for it, and I think it was a great choice. It's like it's got some swirls on each side, but it's not like the exact same pattern on both sides. It's a 1-2-1 pattern, so after a while it gets pretty repetitive and boring. So I usually end up, after going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, I usually end up doing it so it's like it becomes kind of a triangle, and then it becomes like a wedge, and then I just keep filling it in as I go down until it's completely done. But this one was kind of boring after a while. I will have to admit that I didn't really enjoy it as much as I have some of the other bracelets that I've made, but I really just made it dark to light with it bracelet. And since I'm making this bracelet, I also want to tell you about the person that I'm going to be giving it to. I won't say their name or anything just in case they don't want that, but this person is super kind. They are a great runner, especially in longer distances. They're amazing, absolutely. And they are just one of the best people I know, honestly. I'm not all that close with them, but that's perfectly okay. I can easily talk to them and have a conversation with them, and I wish them all the best in their days. So right here we are coming to the end of the bracelet, and I'm just going to tie off the ends, and then it will all be finished and complete and ready to hand over to the lucky person getting it. One of my favorite things about this bracelet is the gradient from the darker pink to the lighter pink, while you still have the swirls going on all around it, and it's a beautiful one. If anybody wants to make these bracelets themselves, the link will be in the description box below, so you can make them yourselves and have a fun time too. With this next bracelet, I just asked the person for the colors they would like, and they said blue and yellow, and then I asked for like a neutral color if they would want black or white or gray, and they went with white. So from that information, I took it, and they said they kind of wanted a more like simplistic, like no shapes in it design. So with that, I went on to the great world of bracelet patterns, and I picked one out for her. This bracelet was definitely my favorite of the two that I did, because it was more like segmented, so I could do a lot more segment knottings, and it also had like dovetails, which I always loved, and then triangles that kind of came out, and it was really beautiful, and I'd definitely make this bracelet again for myself. I don't know if I'd change the colors or not, because I did love how it turned out. So the person that this bracelet is going to is a closer friend of mine who always makes me laugh and is kind, and I could talk to them all day and they'd always listen and give me advice, and they're so kind to everybody that they know, even those who may see their exterior as a bit hardened. They would help anybody else no matter what. And on the other note, if there was anything I could change about this bracelet, I'd probably make it so the yellows had more of a contrast in between them, because a lot of the times you couldn't really see the differences into it because the darker yellow only had about like one knot every centimeter or so, so you couldn't really see that color popping out. It just kind of looked like a lighter yellow with some blues, so that's one thing that I would change about it, is just having a darker yellow incorporated into the bracelet. Another thing I really liked about this pattern was it wasn't just where the bigger triangles came out from one side, it actually came out from both sides. So the pattern changed a little bit as it went through and it became repetitive like that, where it wasn't just one triangle coming out from one side, they were both coming out from both sides, and then the little dovetails like flipped on itself, and I really loved this pattern. I loved kind of like the spontaneity of it, but also the repetitiveness. So it wasn't just completely different, but it was different enough that you have to look at it a little bit longer to see everything going on. I wish I could say that I've given this bracelet to the person already, but I haven't because I forgot it at home and I tried to get it to them like 2 days, but I kept forgetting it, and I really need to give it to them because I really hope they love it, and I think they will. So overall, those were the bracelets that I made in this video, and I hope everybody enjoyed watching them. If you didn't, there's probably more videos out there that you would enjoy more. Not from me, though. And I hope you all have a great day. And if you enjoyed it, maybe I'll see you in another video.